Hello everyone. Hello guys, how are you all? Let me just check that whether I'm audible to everyone. Can you please comment? Am I audible, guys? It's fine. Okay. So yeah, I hope so. So hello guys. This is basically I have said yesterday as well that we are just dealing with calculation skill series. Correct. Now, I would say that today's agenda of the class is for the divisibility. Means we will discuss the concept of divisibility, which are the most important part. Again, every student should know, should have a knowledge of this divisibility. Correct. I hope if anyone is there, can you please comment so that it would be fine for me. Can you please comment, guys? So today that every class would be of divisibility means the class will be of the divisibility. In the previous class, what we have done is, let me show you that first. Okay. In the previous class, we have done the multiplication trick one shot. I hope everyone got this. In the previous class, we have done multiplication trick one shot, which I have been guiding you that there are a lot of tricks as well. Vedic maths trick, which is A into B. If AB is multiplied with CD, I have written that multiply this B into D, then AD plus CD, and then AC. So this is the multiplication part. And I've also said you there are a lot of methods of multiplying the numbers. A lot of methods are there. When you multiply the number now, there are basically a lot of methods like 93 multiplied with 96. And this is how the Vedic maths also guide you about. And we also, there are 3-digit number multiplied with 3-digit number. And then I have guided you the Jugaad method. I hope you have learned this, the Jugaad method, where I've just guided you that how to multiply the number. Everyone knows it. Come on, say. You guys are there. Can you please comment? Let me just say. Uh, mm, mm, mm. Okay, fine, everyone. Let me just check that whether I'm live or not. Okay, so now we have done the multiplication. I hope so that I have guided you the multiplication part. Now the today's session is basically I would be starting with, as I said that divisibility. Now this is very important concept. Again, I would say that this will help you in basically speed maths. Correct. This will help you again in basically speed maths. So if you are like good at speed maths, but if you want to be like at top of the speed maths, you should have the skill of divisibility. Means you should know that how divisibility is being used. Okay, and what is the application of this divisibility? So again, guys, I will be starting from a number 2. So basically I would write that we are discussing basically divisibility. So I would say we are discussing basically divisibility. So so I would say what? I would say that let's say talk about 2. Now see everyone, if you want to check that any number which is divisible by 2, how to check? So basically you can write down here that any number, how to check, you can write down how to check, how to check that any number, that any number, any number, any number is divisible by 2, is divisible by 2. How to check that? Now see the point, divisible by 2, how to check that by 2? So basically the first part is that I would go for first part. You know that every number has a unit place. So basically unit place should have, now you can write unit place should have either 0, should have, write down, these are very important, should have either 0 I would say either 0, unit place should have either 0, either 2, either 4, either 6, either 8. Always remember, if a number is divisible by 2, then the unit place of that number should contain. Then I would say unit place of that number should contain either 0, either 2, either 4, either 6, either 8. I hope you are getting my point. So if there is a unit place in unit place, suppose if I take an example, like 124. If I write number 124, 124. Now see, directly you can say that. Now, while taking number 124, directly you can say that unit place is containing what I taught, which is 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. So basically this is 4. So you can say that this whole number will be divisible by 2. Now if I take, suppose if I take a number 129, now this 9 is not a number which is divisible by 2. So that's why this number is not divisible by 2, correct? So the method of seeing that how to check the number is divisible by 2, you need to only go for a unit place number. So when you check the unit place, you should say automatically, okay, unit place contains 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, then that number is divisible by 2. So you can write down for 2, unit place should have what? Unit place should have either 0, either 2, either 4, either 6, either 8. Now let's talk about the 3. Now if I talk about 3, everyone, what is basically 3? The rule for the 3 is digital sum, or you can say digit sum. The rule for the 3, if you can write the rule for the 3 the rule for the 3 is basically what? Is basically digit sum. You would write digit sum. Okay, so rule for the 3 is digit sum. For suppose if I take an example, 729. If you want to check that whether this number is divisible by 2 or not, just digit sum it, just sum it. So you will say that 7 plus 2 plus 9. So 7 plus 2 basically 16, 17, 18. So can you say now that 18 is divisible by 3? Yes, so this number is divisible by 3. Suppose you take number like 123. If I take number 123, then again 1 plus 2 plus 3, which is 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 6. So this number is divisible by 3. Suppose you take like 124, again 1 plus 2 plus 4, 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1, 7. So this number is not divisible by 3. These are the tricks, everyone, to check whether the number is divisible by 3 or not, correct? Let's go to the next part. Now if I want to check of 4, 4 is basically, the rule is basically, please check last 2 digit is divisible by 4 or not. So you can write that. Now you can write here, wait a minute, you can write here last 2 digit is divisible by 4, is divisible, I would say divisible by 4. For example, if I would take number, suppose you can take any number, last 2 digit. If I take any number, suppose I take like 2316. Suppose I take a number 2316. Now 2316, if you see this 16, can I say only 16 I need to check? If 16 is divisible by 4, then all this number is divisible by 4. And correct, that 16 is divisible by 4, and you are getting remainder what? In this case, you are getting remainder 0. Correct now? In this case, you are getting remainder 0. Correct? Now, suppose you take number like 48. Now, 2948. If you take this number 2948, again you can say this last 2 digit is divisible by, again you can say this last 2 digit is divisible by 4. So this whole number is divisible by 4. Correct? So this whole number is divisible by 4. I hope you are getting my point. Correct now? Now let's come for the 5. If I go for 5, so this is for 4, everyone. Now if I come for 5, now if a number is divisible by 5, if any number, you can write it down. if any number is divisible by 5, you can write it down. If any number is divisible by 5, it must contain 0 or 5 at the unit place. So you would write it must contain, I would say that it must contain 0 or 5 at the unit place, a very easy unit place. I would say a very easy kind of thing that everyone should know. It's a very easy kind of thing for the 5, that if any number is divisible by 5, then at the unit place you should have 0 or 5, correct? For example, you can take like any example. If I would say like 25 or 2550, this number would be divisible by 5, the remainder would be 0, correct? When I talk about the divisible by 5, then I used to say that remainder would be 0, correct? These are the concepts, everyone, which you all should have in your mind when you're like solving a question, correct? Now let's come for the 6. Now if I come for the 6, now you know that I need to break this 6 in such a way that the HCF should be 1. What I am saying, try to listen. Break 6 in such a way that their HCF would be 1, means their HCF, I would say HCF is equal to 1. Now we'll talk about later on that what HCF is, but the breaking part would be like that HCF would be 1, means the common part would be 1. So now you can write down, you can break this 6 as in 2 and 3, correct? Always remember the common between 2 and 3 is only 1. So you need to break down the number in such a way that the HCF should be 1, correct? So that's why here I have taken like this number, and you can find it out, the HCF of 2 and 3 is also 1, correct? Now let's take any of the example and try to understand. If I take example like 372, now if I take an example of 372, now take an example guys and try to learn this thing. Now can you say that this 372 is divisible by 2? You would say yes. Now let's, because 2 is at the last, unit place contain 2, 4, 6, 8, then sum it up. If you do like 372, then sum it up, 3 plus 7, 10, plus 2, 12, then again 12 is also divisible by 3. So can I say that when you look over that 372 is divisible by 6 or not, you need to check that number, that number should be divisible by 2 also and divisible by 3 also, correct? Divisible by 3 also. A very important rule, everyone. You will not find this in the book. Break the number in such a way that their HCF would be 1, correct? I would request all of you, if anyone is having doubt, you can ask me. If any one of you guys are having doubt, then please ask me. Break 6 in a such a way that their HCF would be 1, correct? Now let's come for, I would say 8. I'll not discuss 7 right now. Let's come for 8. Now for 8 is basically last 3 digit. For 8 is basically last 3 digit. Means if the last three digit of any number is divisible by 8, then the whole number will be divisible by 8, correct? For example, if I talk about 1, 4, 5, 6, suppose I take a number 1, 4, 5 and 6, then this would be like 4, 5, 6, correct? Is 4, 5, 6 is divisible by 8? Now write down 4, 5, 6 is divisible by 8 or not? Now 8 5s are 40, 8 6s are 48. You can say that this is go sign, 8 5s are 40, 5 and 7. So you can see that 856 is divisible by 8. Then I can say that remainder would be 0, and then this whole number remainder would be 0, and then I can say this whole number, which is 1456, would be divisible by 8, and the answer would be in integer form. Always see, divisible means what? The answer should come in the integer form, correct? Now, so this is for 8. I hope you are getting my point, and I hope everyone is getting this logic also. Is it clear, everyone? Please confirm. Correct. Now let's come for the 9. If I go for 9, let's say if I go for 9, again 9 also there is a rule called digit sum. For 9 also you can go for and say the rule should be digit sum. Digit sum means what? See, 9 is very unique number in the number system. If you take a number like 891, if I take number like 891, again if you sum this number now, 8 plus 9, 8 plus 9 plus 1, that becomes like 18. 18 again sum up gives me 9. So basically any number is divisible by 9, then digit sum should be divisible by 9. Correct? I hope this makes sense to everyone. Correct? It's very easy for 10 because 10 means any number is divisible by 10 because the unit place should have 0. Because I would say the unit place should have 0. Correct? Should have 0. Should have 0. This is very important. Means these are the number, but I haven't talked about, if you'll see the point, I haven't talked about the number which is called 7. For 7 I would say there is a separate rule. Let's come for the 7. If I come for the 7, let's take any example, then I would say that will be more clear for you. Now let's take an example 686. If I take example 686, what I need to do now, I need to depart this 6 from the whole system, multiply this 6 by 2. Correct? What I done? I multiply this 6 by 2, 6 to the 12. I have just subtract this number from here. Now this is 6, this is 5. The moment you know that 56 is divisible by 7, I know that 56 is basically, I know that 56 is divisible by 7 and the remainder is 0. What is that? And the remainder is 0. So I can say that this 686 is absolutely divisible by 7. I hope you understood this. Okay, let's take one more example, then you will understand. I would say that let's take 2 examples so that you would understand this in a very good way. 434. Let's take an example like 434. Can you do it? Come on guys, can you do it? Let's take second example. If you guys are watching me, can you do it? I would say 28754. Let's take 28754. Try doing it, everyone. Try by yourself and then watch that whether I am doing right or not. Don't try with me, try yourself and then watch that whether I am doing right or not. So if I am talking about 434, now 434, make this 4 out of the box, multiply with 2, subtract from here. Now 43 minus 8, that is basically what? 13 and 5, 35. So I know now that 35 is divisible by 7. If 35 is divisible by 7, then remainder is 0. Correct, no? This is how I can understand. Let's come to the second part. Now let's come to this part. If I come to this part, try to understand my point, what I am saying. Now I've taken like bigger number, which is 28754. I hope you're getting it. Do this 4 apart, multiply it with 2, subtract. Okay, subtract. Now you can understand that 75 minus 8. Basically we need to do 75 minus 8, which is 6728. 6728. Again multiply this number by 2, which is 14, subtract from here. Now if you go for 14, now this is 2, this is 7, this is 2. Correct? Again multiply this number by 2, then subtract 4. Then you will get what? Then you will get what? 23. So you can say that at last you are getting 23, which is again not divisible by 7. So this whole number is not divisible by 7. I hope everyone understood the logic of 7. Guys, this is very important to understand the logic of 7. So this is basically a logic of 7. I hope everyone got this. So this is the basic logic of 7. Correct? Makes sense. Let's come to the part. Let's come to 11. If I talk about 11, 11 has a simple rule. Addition of even places minus addition of odd places. Correct? Addition of even places, I would say that addition of even places, means first you need to add the even places minus the addition of odd places, minus the addition of odd places, correct. So now you can understand this with the examples only, because it will like take time to understand. Let's take an example, 8 4 7, I would say double 3, huh? Let's take an example, 8 4 7 double 3. Now first number is this, start from the first number. First number is this, then this, then this. So basically I'm talking about 8 plus 7 plus 3 minus 4 plus 3, 4 plus 3. So basically I'm talking about 7 plus 3, 10, 18. 18 minus 4 plus 3 is 7. So 18 minus 7 is, you can understand the logic behind it. 18 minus 7 is basically 1 and 11. So 11 is basically divisible now. Either it should be a means that should be 0, or a multiple of 11. So you're getting like 11. So that's why this number, which is what, 84733. So that is why the number 84733 is divisible by 3, and you divisible by 11, and then you are getting remainder as 0. I hope this is clear. So if you like quick recap the point, I would say everyone learn in this class only. Do not go for other class to like finding out. Learn in this class only. Now if I go for quick recap, everyone should know that. If I go for quick recap, what I can say now? If I go for quick recap, I can say if I write 2 to the power 1, if I write 2 ka power 2, if I write 2 ka power 3, correct? Now you can say that power gives you the exact divisibility rule. If you can see that power gives you the exact. So power is 1, so unit place, only unit place, only unit place. Now if I say power is 2, last 2 places, last 2 place. Now if I say power is 3, then last 3 places, last 3 places, correct? These are, if I say 2 ka power 4, which is 16, then you would say last 4 places, last 4 places. Any number for the last 4 places. These are the quick recap. These are basically what? These are basically quick recap what we done right now. Quick recap. Everyone try to mug up in the class only, so that you not need to follow other classes for that. Now let's come. Now if I talk about the sum rule. Now if I talk about the digit sum rule, that is what basically. Now digit sum rule is basically, followed in number 3 and in number 9, So basically they both says that apply the rule if you want to check that any number is divisible by 3 or 9. Simple do it digital sum. Correct? I hope everyone got this. So you have done like everything. Now this is the part number 1. Let me go to the part number 2. Now if I go to the part number 2, is basically, I would go for 5. 5 means what? 5 means last place, or I would say unit place, or I would say unit place should have either 0, comma, or 5, comma. Correct? This is the need of the question. Now if I say 6 should be break in such a manner that HCF should be 1. So I would say, sorry everyone. So I would say 6 should be break in such a way that HCF is always 1. Means break 6 into 2 and 3. Break 6 into 2 and 3, because their HCF is 1. Now we also talked about this. We have done of 5, and then we have done of 6. Quick recap I am showing you. For 7 I would say that last place should be multiplied by 2. Last place multiplied by 2, okay, and then subtract from the remaining number, and subtract from remaining number, from remaining number. I hope you got this. Subtract from the remaining number, correct? 8 we have done, 9 we have done, 10 we have done, 11 sum of odd places. So you would write sum of odd places minus sum of even places. So this is basically divisibility rule, guys. Do not forget my videos on square root, cube roots, everything I taught you. Not forget my videos on square root and cube root, what I have guided you, everyone, because that is also very, very important for all of you to understand. Okay, because that is also very, very important for all of you to understand, because these things will be asked in the examination, and these are basically tools. See, the speed test which I am talking now, everybody please listen. The speed test, if I would say that the speed test which I am talking right now contains like many things, as I have taught you earlier. This also contains the addition which I have taught you. Correct. This also contains subtraction which I have taught you. I made you solve with my jugaad technique. This also majorly contains what? A multiplication. I have guided you. Please don't say that I haven't guided you. This also contains the basically methods of square root, of square, and then I would say square root. Then again this follows a rule of, if I would say the rule of cube, and then I would say cube root, correct na? Cube root. So see, I made you solve everything here in the class. Some extra things we are also doing in the class. For example, fractions. Isn't it? We are doing fractions. We have done one class fractions. Correct. We have done one class fraction. I have also made you the square, cube root, addition, subtraction, multiplication, fraction. Then the last topic is digital sum also. The last one is digital sum. So can you find out all the videos, which is 1, I would say 2, I would say 3, then I would say 4, then I would say 5, then I would say 6, then I would say 7, then I would say 8, and one more I would say miscellaneous is there. So in case anyone is having doubt, you can follow my speed test videos, which is a free available, guys. I would say which is a free available course are there in the platform. You can watch my all the videos in bank exam English channel where it is available. Just follow the tricks which I have guided you, because that would help you a lot. Okay, if any doubt, any query regarding my any of the calculation speed test problem, you can just comment, everyone. You can have your doubts so that I can discuss with you properly. Now as I said, do practice much more questions on the speed test part, because speed test part is very important for all of you. Try to understand what I'm saying. If you will not understand, you will face a problem in the mains exam or in any other exam which is being based on the calculation. And my opinion is that banking exam is basically based in the calculation process only. Try to beat every student in your class so that you can get selected in a single shot. Till then, I hope you really enjoyed my classes. How was the class, everyone? You can comment, you can give your feedback and everything. Till then, bye bye guys. Signing off, Agnimitra.